Hello and welcome everybody to this week's Market Share, the short weekly segment brought to you by MKR, where we bring you all the noteworthy news and updates surrounding digital media and the world today. I'm your host Genevieve, and we've got some really cool things to talk about today, so let's get started. First up, the FTC has sent out official warnings to over 700 brands over the use of fake reviews on any number of platforms. Not only are Facebook, LinkedIn, and Amazon being accused of this, but even more companies like Adidas, Chanel, Deloitte, Foot Locker, Johnson & Johnson, and Walt Disney. As the line between authentic content and advertising has been blurred during the age of the influencer, the FTC is looking to make sure big corporations can't break the laws that they put into place for a reason. They've notified each of these 700 plus organizations that they need to either address the issues or risk penalties of up to the hefty sum of $43,792 per violation. From falsely claiming an endorsement by a third party, to using an endorsement to make deceptive performance claims, to misrepresenting a user's experience, social media marketing will get hit hard by these discoveries, which probably should have happened a while ago. What will this mean for overall marketing? I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Next up, and on a similar topic, advertisers really have to prioritize utility over cleverness in our increasingly impatient world. From the days of commercials every 8 to 10 minutes to now when you can just pay to skip ads, people really don't care how clever your commercials are, unless it's during the Super Bowl. This rising aversion to advertising is particularly alarming in digital video, just like Netflix, Hulu, YouTube, and anything like that. We all know during the pandemic, people turned to their streaming services, which reset advertising expectations on the part of the consumer. 4 times as many people prefer efficiency in ads rather than those that are fun or focus on brand image. The Interactive Advertising Bureau suggests that marketers prioritize utility, including reducing the number of clicks and accelerating the adoption of shoppable formats that can provide a more holistic experience. It might just be time for you to switch up your strategy. You're probably wondering why we haven't talked about Facebook yet, but don't worry, we're getting there. In a time of what should be crisis for Facebook, they've released an almost laughably tone-deaf set of ads that discusses their approach to content moderation. They have called for more government regulation in the tech sector, but also they want to humanize the decision makers within the company. One of the people in the video explains that you should be able to understand who has your data and how they use it. And then another explains that they work in the spectrum of freedom of expression versus content moderation. But maybe just don't allow people to spread lies or information that can harm someone else. Just a thought. Obviously, Facebook knows the harm it causes people, although they stand by the fact that the research that came to this conclusion was only conducted so that they can improve. Facebook has been calling for changes in regulations for quite some time now, because if a larger regulatory body made the decisions, many of their headaches would go away. Even though they want changes in regulation, they never mention changing their algorithm, which should be one of the first things changed, if not the first. Hopefully, now that we have a few brave people leading the charge, we can enter into a more informed future. Finally, we just want to shout out YouTube Shorts for making it to the 1-year mark. The short-form video feature aimed to shift focus for the platform and allow it to grow. In this time since its launch, YouTube has researched what Shorts users want most, especially in line with the latest shifts. Shorts is still far away from the success of its predecessors, TikTok and Instagram Reels, but they have recently introduced the Shorts Fund that pays top Shorts creators based on content performance, which could incentivize more creators to use the platform. Here are a few quick insights from their research that you might want to know. 1. Both creators and viewers want clean separation between Shorts and the long-form video content. 2. Viewers still like to engage in the same way, but they want a different experience. And 3. Shorts really needed a new way to reward mobile creators. Well, YouTube Shorts, you've outlasted other platforms, so we're curious to see where you'll go. Well, that's all for this week's Market Share. My name's Genevieve, and I'll see you guys next week.